Dopo li levo, papà. No, adesso no, papà, non posso.
The onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Uno.
We got chips over here. Chips over here. There's overload.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards. And this first drive looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
No lo tiene.
Hey, 4 down. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
È pesante, papà, dalle sorellippe.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Andrew Billings breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A great return there of 22
li mettete a posto questi libri, per favore? E beh? Quindi quando sei stata solo tu li devi mettere a posto solo tu?
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Niente, chi l'ha messi i libri per terra?
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago.
Sto giocando.
And another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry.
They'll set up a throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick
Perché la stanza di là non è praticabile. Che ci hanno montato oggi la libreria, quindi domani li mettiamo tutto a posto.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43.
Forza, a lavarvi. Quello rosso, papà. A lavare, forza, papà. Anita! Anita, non fare finta di non sentire perché divento... Brava. Brava, amore, vai.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Second and 6. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
They run with Hines.
Pepe, vai.
The 28. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
A vestirti.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Got an open man. It's QT. And some space here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kiki QT. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Madonna mia! Di là.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch twist. 6-6. Bullet high.
Here's a 2nd and 7. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percent.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
12 yards on the play. Leads to 3rd and 5.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's George. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And an alley to run. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Hey, go. Patch it. Patch it.
On 1st down, Hines. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Come on.
Looking to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
We got 4. 85.
This is Hines. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
So don't say nothing.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Hey, dude.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And from the 25, they work this to the 29.
Ragazzi, io sto per scoppiare,
In order for a screen pass to break big,
Ve lo
a
dico.
lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Pilot, 64, win. Bravo.
They'll drop to throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet
Sì che l'ha
because of
rifatta.
the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded inside the 5. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Check 43. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Run the mark. Watch protein spill. Check. Ready?
Back to throw now on 1st down. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
On the set.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
2nd and 11. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Topper! Hey, box truck!
Now back to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down. But
Amanda, vai a metterti il pigiama, papà.
On that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he
Orna
gets it
mia,
away.
sempre a urlà stai,
This
io.
will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Here we go.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Milano coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Back to throw here. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Trump, foot out, check, foot out. Off.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Alpha.
They'll set up a throw. Able to find Switzer. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 22 Jet Bombers. 22 Jet Bombers. Snap.
Back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got it.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Mica devi andare a letto, lo sai, sì.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded just inside the 20. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Here we go. 30 base.
Where's the mark? Watch one. Watch one. Rip left. Rip left. Shoot. Shoot. Out. 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 Out.
Hey, Delta. 5.
Now it's Breida. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Anita, levati dalla davanti.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Indy. General West.
He's supplying that. Big air. Big air.
Hey, Hayward. Ready?
2nd and 14. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Going up top for Cup. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Giù pantaloncini, papà, cammina, su, forza.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down. 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 4 down
fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On third down, it's Hines. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's the way.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
You know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
2nd and 1. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Matt Milano picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brings up third down.
That's it.
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught by Smith.
Amanda.
Touchdown 49ers.
Vai su.
Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
Forza.
And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Badgley on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Check. Check. Pilot, 64. Read. Shoot.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And
No.
nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Complete, Smith has it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Hines. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Safety's creeping.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Go, go.
Here we go. When's the mark? Watch one.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. So Mike #1. Get it.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. 2nd and 6. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
You got nothing left. You got nothing. Jack!
They'll drop to throw. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Even. 4 down. Even.
2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
58, Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points in today's NFL.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now.
Recon, 152 fighter. 2.
Now back to throw. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And the grab by Croft. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to drive the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
He won't go down. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's QT. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. QT, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a short kick here, fielded at the 24. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On play action, they'll throw. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6-6, pull it high. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Back to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Any weapon. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset, and they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it with Balaj. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Now Balaj. He will push his way down to about the 14. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Let it go.
And they will take a knee here. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. So the victory here for San Francisco, and you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.